Welcome to a new episode of BrandonJaneauShow. As you know, I am Brandon Janeau, and like always on all podcast platforms everywhere. BrandonJaneauShow. Social media, Instagram and Threads, real BrandonJaneauShow. That's real BrandonJaneauShow. Um, Facebook, the BrandonJaneauShow, and of course TikTok, BrandonJaneauShow. Go follow me on all those social media platforms. I would appreciate it if you did. Also, X, formerly known as Twitter. BJaneau, Janeau. Follow me on there as well. Where you can go really though is the YouTube channel. YouTube channel, Brand Janeau Show. Subscribe, comment, like the vids, like the shorts. Um, yeah, helps the algorithm if you do. Real close right there, real close to almost getting to 250 on the YouTube subscribers. So please hit the subscribe button. I would appreciate it if you did. Um, let's get into it, man. Tonight, this is Life at Times with music. Yeah. We're getting close to the end of this long journey that we've been on. This is my top 10 R&B artists of the 2010s. I've been doing this list for a very long time. You should know it by now. Decades have been here. I got a couple more decades I got to finish up, but we're getting close to the end, man. I started with Life and Times of Music, and we're getting closer to the end of the 2010s, man. And tonight starts that ending. So let's get into it, man. Like I've said, this is top 10 R&B artists of the 2010s. So 2010 to 2019. That is all we are covering. That is my list, 10 to 1. I explain why each artists are on the list, why I have the position where I have them. If you do not like my list, then I need you. That's what you can do for me. I need you to make your own fucking list. It's not that hard. It's not that hard, I swear. Get a piece of paper, get a pen, write down a list, post it on social media even if you wanted to, man. Do your thing. But this is my motherfucking list. And we are kicking off the list at number 10, and we're kicking it off with Summer Walker. A couple of EPs before she dropped her first album, which came out in 2019, which is Chiss right there. But Summer Walker is on the list, man. The first time I heard this girl was Girls Need Love 2 remix with Drake. And I was like, I don't know who the fuck this is, but she sounds like something different. Yeah, like, I don't know who this is. She sounds like something different. She has been more in the 2020s, but Session 32 and all of her EPs before that, Girls Need Love, the original one, she's had some songs, but when she dropped her debut album, which I talked about, when I did the albums of R&B a couple of weeks ago, she hit everybody in the mouth with this motherfucker. Like she, boom, came out of nowhere with the boom boom. She came out of nowhere and just popped off. And even though she did have the EPs, she did kind of come out of nowhere, man. And like I always say, man, when you get your first real massive look and it's Drake, and this girl has been on songs with now. She's got a verse from J. Cole. She's been on Kendrick Lamar's album. Her career is probably going to continuously grow as she goes with it. But the reason why she's so low is because she only really got going literally in 2019. So I couldn't put her too high, but she definitely deserves to be on the list. Number 9, LMA. I haven't heard a new album. I need to go listen to it. But LMA is definitely on the list. She's another one like Summer Walker. Had a couple EPs drop before her original album, her first debut album really did come out. But then she drops this album and it goes everywhere. She's another one that I talked about. The album, album being on you know, having a bunch of big hits, having a bunch of number one songs, singles, and all that. You know, um, so she's another one that had the EPs and the songs out and everything like that. But when that album came out, it shook the world up. It shook it up. Booed Up, Trippin', Shot Clock, all them songs. Her debut album was the shit. She's another one. Why she's highly ranked? Particularly where she came out. I think where she came out, if she would have dropped, which is crazy because I got somebody that's a little bit on this list, a little up there, but I think LMA is definitely one of those artists that definitely has had a pretty good career. Like I said, like she's 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 succeeded past what maybe some people probably thought she would, but she's killing it, man. Number 8, Bryson Tiller. I feel like this is controversy already. I feel it. I feel people already be like, "What the fuck?" I tuned in. Bryson Tiller. Crazy. People forget Bryson Tiller dropped 2 albums. Um, in the 2010s, he dropped 2. Um, he dropped his first album, and then he dropped the other album. And that was a pretty dope album. I'm not gonna say that like it was a bad album. It was a pretty dope album. But Bryson Tiller's got some singles, man. He got some songs. He got some hits. He got some bangers. And so you shouldn't be surprised that Bryson Tiller's on this list at all. The boy got a couple bigger. Same thing with like LMA and Summer Walker. Once he dropped and you started to hear his music more, the more you started to fuck with him. Trap Soul is considered probably one of the best R&B albums of the last decade. I mean, it's one of those albums that really just shook the game up when it came out. And you could tell by the influences of Drake and other people because the way he particularly gave that album off was perfect. Sorry, not sorry. Um, don't exchange. You know. So yeah. Number 7, Miguel. I feel like we can't have a talk about the 2010s without Miguel. And I feel like a lot of people probably don't give him his proper respect or proper rating in a sense. But Miguel has pretty much been on every fucking massive kind of hit that we've had in the last decade plus. He comes out with his first single, All I Want Is You, featuring J. Cole, Sure Thing. That first album is a bona fide fucking classic, by the way. I don't think people give his first album the proper respect. I think his first album is probably one of the best R&B albums also. Sure Thing was on there. You had uh uh Girls Like You, Girl with the Dragon Tattoo. Like, bro, like this that first album is fucking insane. Like, you go back and now listen to Miguel's first album, but all of this shit's on the first fucking album. So we got hits off this fucking album. Quickie, bro, this man that first album isn't highly respected like it should be. That's insane. I know Kaleidoscope Dreams, which came out in 2013, gets more love and more respect. But if you actually think about it, that first album should have been more so respected and talked about with more love and respect. Like, that first album is fucking insane. You hear that first album, that's fucking insane. That first album is crazy. Collaborations with J. Cole, Kendrick. He's been on some bangers, man. He's had some hits, some top tier level songs. Ludacris and him. He's been on some songs, bro. Lotus Flower Bomb with him and Wale. Of course, Power Trip with him and Cole. Yeah, that's not too many. How many drinks for Kendrick? There's not too many songs where, of course, you got a door when he dropped the door. Yeah, man, man's got a plethora of hits, a plethora of hits, smash fucking singles, smash fucking singles. So yeah, number 6, just missing the top 5, and that That damn just miss. Now I'm looking at this because okay, 6'5" and 4. It's like a measurement, like a little bit. I don't. So we're gonna do it like this. Number 6 is Janae Aiko. Number 6 is Janae Aiko. I think people play with Janae Aiko a little bit too much for my liking. I get it. I understand it. But I was just talking about Miguel. You can pinpoint Janae Aiko. Like, I don't really think there's too many R&B and hip hop collaborations in the 2010s where she's not, when it's been like a feature, when it comes to a female artist being featured on somebody's shit, there's not too many songs that she's not on. Her and Big Sean with their album, but also her jumping on Big Sean's Detroit mixtape and giving him, Beware and all those other songs. J. Cole and her, with Sparks Will Fly. Her and Childish Gambino's got songs. Her and Drake from Time. Like, bro, like, supposed to be. Well, Marion and Chris Brown. It's like, that's not songs you gotta. It's a vibe with 2 Chainz and Trey Songz and Ty Dolla $ign. Like, bro, that's not. I was looking at myself. I'm like, God damn, I gotta take this girl down a little bit. But Janae Eco, I don't think gets enough fucking credit for what the fuck she's done. Like that woman has had some fucking bangers, bro. Like the insanity of her greatness is insane, bro. The worst, you had the worst come out. You had, the worst, and you had songs like that. Like, yeah, Janae Eco. The fact that she isn't considered one of the best female R&B artists of the last decade is fucking insane to me. Like that shit's insane to me. Decade plus, like Janae Eiko had multiple runs in the 2010s, like multiple fucking runs, insane runs. And I'm not talking about just her songs. I'm talking about other people's songs. Like I said, like you don't find too many women that have absolutely submitted themselves like she has submitted herself. So it's insane that I feel like she doesn't get enough love. She doesn't get enough love, which is insane. So yeah, she's at number 6. So before I go forward, I gotta recap the list. Um, Number 10, Summer Walker. Number 9, LMA. Number 8, Bryson Tiller. Number 7, Miguel, and number 6, Janae Aiko. Kicking off the top 5, it is SZA. Let's get this out the way. SZA's at top is number 5. Now I know. How the fuck at SZA? Listen, Control is a banger of an album. Crazy debut album for SZA. She killed it, knocked it out the fucking park. Even her on the Black Panther soundtrack. Dope, 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 dope. She's had other features with Wale and Rihanna and all these other artists. I think her was that in 2010s? Her and Doja Cat? I think so. Can't remember. I think 2020, so it probably doesn't count. But SZA had some bangers here and there. Her and J Rock, his projects and just doing his stuff for TDE and various artists. SZA's is a beast. Let's not act like SZA's not a beast. The reason why I have her at 5, and I was really carried, maybe her and Janae. I was really, cause I'm like, ooh, but I'm gonna give SZA her flowers. I'm gonna put her in the top 5. But that was a real hard thing for me to put SZA in the top 5 because at the end of the day, I feel like SZA's career more so really took off in 2020s. Not saying her career wasn't great in the late 2010s, but her career really took off in the 2020s. Control was a great album, but it took like what 2-3 years for her to drop another fucking single by herself. I know people gonna say that. Well, why you didn't say that with Janae Aiko? Well, Janae Aiko is dropping music. It's not like she's not dropping music. like that's the difference. Like since it took a good chunk of time to like drop the next album and drop the next single, well, Janae had other projects that had came out in the 2010s that I could kind of stack up against what SZA did with One. Even though that one project is a landmark and it's probably one of the best R&B albums that you could talk about in the 2010s, it does hit a little bit different when I'm looking at Janae Aiko and I'm like, I don't know. But I gave SZA the top five over Janae because Control is such an incredible body of work and it launched SZA's career into another stratosphere. To do that with one fucking album is insane. And to stay there at this time of her career is even more insane. So I gave SZA the flowers. She's at five, and that's how it's gonna go. And number four, Trey Songz. I feel like people are gonna go crazy on this one too. I don't know why, but I feel like people are gonna just be like, "What the fuck?" Trey Songz is four, bro. Like we can stop this. Trey Songz is four. Trey Songz is four, bro. Let's not even go through all this extra shit. Trey Songz is four. Okay, now that we got that out the way, excuse me. After the Ready album, I forgot the name of the next album that he dropped, but that fucking album was a hit. Bottles Up, you had Bottles Up on there. You had I think Love Faces was on that project on that song on there. The Usual, him and Drake, bro. Drake, it Can't Be Friends was on that album, bro. Like that, come on, bro. We're not about to do this. And that was in the beginning of 2010. 2010, bro. Like he did that in 2010. Then 2012, you had the chapter 5 album drop, which was fucking fantastic. Then you had the other album, the Trigger album, I think it was, and that bitch was a smash. Like, bro, like he had some man, come on, bro. And then Trey Songz had the features, he had the hits. There's a lot of things I could literally sit here and say Trey Songz have done in 2010s that I cannot sit here and pretend like this dude didn't kill in the 2010s, especially early 2010s. He was the measuring stick for a lot of R&B artists, and that's not act like he wasn't. I know people gonna sit there and say, "What about Ty Dolla $ign? What about Jeremiah? What about them?" You sitting there trying to tell me they deserve to be on the list more than fucking Trey Songz? You are fucking delusional. Like, yeah, I get now you want to, and again, like I say all the time about people, you want to turn personal shit into why this person should be on the list. It's like, no, I don't give a fuck about his personal shit. I don't know that nigga. I don't know that nigga personally. I'm saying the same shit y'all saying. I don't know that nigga personally. What I know is his music came out. And when his music came out, the shit was a hit. Now, later on in his career, he couldn't hide from the personal shit. The personal shit was whooping his ass. And it fucked him up tremendously. And that's just facts. Number three, Beyonce. Okay, come on. I feel it already. Beyonce start. Mainly because some of her music was just more so geared towards pop. She was, even though technically she is an R&B artist, people were more so doing R&B and pop, right? Lemonade is an R&B album. Like let's not even do that. Beyonce is an R&B album. Let's not even do that. Four was an R&B album. Let's not even do that. Like there's a lot of music Beyonce dropped in the 2010s. We could physically sit here and say they claim it's pop, but really in reality it's fucking R&B. And that's kind of what I feel about Beyonce. Yeah, she's under the guidelines of pop, but really you can listen to these albums and know this is fucking R&B. Like I said, four. You had the Beyonce album. You had Lemonade. Those three albums alone will make you say, you know what? You just be like, you know what? Yeah, she different with it. She different with it. She different with it. She different with it. And that's the thing, man. I think even they dropped the Carter's album in the 2010s, right? So yeah, man, Beyonce in 2010s was Beyonce. I don't know what the fuck you want me to tell you. And keep an eye on her. She might be popping up on another list soon. Number three, oh, number two, The Weeknd. Now it's kind of funny because it's kind of the same thing with The Weeknd, right? Like where And now we can physically say maybe the Weeknd makes more pop music than R&B music, but people label him under the R&B side. So that's why he's on my list. Because he's another one that might be on another list later on. But the Weeknd's another one. The Weeknd, when he dropped, what was that that he dropped? The mixtapes, the trilogy mixtapes. When he dropped that, when he started doing those, that mixtape, when that came out, then you had, of course, him and Drake doing their music together. And then what? What else? You had the trilogy mixtapes. You had, him and Drake do their music together. And then you had the Kissland project come out, and then you had, of course, and this is when then the industry he just goes straight for into it. My Beauty and the Madness, Beauty Behind the Madness, that project comes out. Then you have Starboy that just blows the fuck up, and he's just off. He's just off to the races. Nobody's touching this dude after that. The Weeknd is one of my favorite artists. Despite what he's the bullshit between him and Drake. They're still two of my favorite artists. I don't give a fuck. But The Weeknd is definitely one of those artists that definitely deserves a top three spot because he is just that fucking good. Anybody, again, I'm not in this hating shit. The man can fucking sing. The man is a beast. I wish I got a chance to see him one time in tour, but them tickets are too high nowadays, nigga. You need to chop down on these prices. But outside of that, you're on the list. You're on the list. And at number one, when it comes to R&B in 2010s, who the fuck else would it be? Chris Brown. Are we fucking kidding ourselves? Chris Brown is number one with a fucking bullet. Are we kidding ourselves? Get real. This man Chris Brown has too many fucking albums, too many hits, too many smash fucking singles, too many fucking top tier catalogs probably ever in music. This fucking dude is he drops music every fucking year, feels like. It's insane. It's insane. The Fame album came out in 2010s. X came out in 2010s. Bro, this man fucking rolling in 2010s. The features, the collabs, the fucking hit singles. There's not anything this man couldn't have done in 2010s. And I can sit here and say, he didn't. No, bitch, he deserves it. He deserves to be on this list. He deserves to be at number one. There's no one that outworked this man in 2010s when it comes to the R&B level. Not a fucking soul. He worked so goddamn much. The haters of him had to be like, this motherfucker's a work. Like, this motherfucker works. Like, this motherfucker's a killer. He killing this shit. Even his haters had to admit, Chris Brown that nigga. Chris Brown that fucking dude. Like you can't even hate on him because he's so fucking talented. Like you like that. Like fucking he that dude. He that dude. Like he got them hits. Like he is just ridiculous. Chris Brown is number one, bro. Like let's just get that shit out the way. Look it off here. I got the list. At number one, Chris Brown. Number two, The Weeknd. Number three, Beyonce. Number four, Trey Songz. Number five, SZA. Number six, Jenny Aiko. Number seven, Miguel. Number eight, Bryson Tiller. Number nine, LMA. And number 10, Summer Walker. That's the list. Next week, we take some trips. Take our trip to the pop world. Well, soon we'll be taking our trip to the pop world. That will be the next list. Yeah. Till next time, go listen to these artists, go listen to music. Listen, be out soon. I am Brandon Janeau. Peace.